live, folks.
Hello,
Penis.
viewers. Oh,
Someone had to get it in.
yep. That's what she said. Oh, where's my recap? Last session. With the boat docked and a day's wait ahead of them for cargo to be loaded, the party set out on their own objectives to accomplish. The Tortles scoured the city looking for metals to create and upgrade their weapons and other ideas they had in mind. Tavish and Kari ventured into the city to search for weapons, spurred by one singing halberd, and stumbled upon a quaint artifact place. Tavish traded his shovel for a special glaive after showcasing its ability by raising the skeleton of a warhorse from the ground. Poppyseed and Chou went to the town's archive building for research on Sinra, learning the key things to look out for, including a white stag and a white birch trees that Chou believes leads to a gateway to Sinra. With Poppyseed agreeing and gathering some additional research about Ugasis, the split party all met back on the boat. When Poppyseed offers Tavish the chance to test out his new glaive on him, in exchange for being able to cast a spell on him in the future, Kari and Tavish become immediately suspicious and decline the offer. After some light threats are made about tattling on Kari and Tavish about being Befri and Wednesday, Poppyseed trots away back into town. Panicking that Poppyseed might really turn them in, Kari follows Poppyseed into town, being caught by him as he was in the bakery buying turnovers for the party. He then purchased food for the next leg of their journey before everyone settles down for the night. Krillium made an appearance, and Tavish went to talk to him, and Krillium was allowed to hug the underside of the boat, provided that he stayed out of sight. The rest of the night was peaceful as the new day begins. And that is where we begin.
That's where we're picking up. It is morning time. Who is doing the awakening?
I don't have my sound clips for the Hellbird in the depths of the ship, but Poppyseed sings.
That's right.
And I don't know the lyrics to it because I can't access that part.
Damn. Oh well.
At least it's not the new one.
Well, Poppyseed's up and about.
Let's say your friendly neighborhood deckhands of Oliver and Lulu are out and about doing things. Nadel, who has been with you guys, has actually been picking up and learning things from those two, and is actually like helping them around. Just make sure this is tight over there. Make sure this is clean over here. Yeah, just the housekeeping, so to speak.
Kari steps out and she's stretching every which sort of way. And then does the big stretch before she heads out to go help out.
Yep. So if you're done with your food, bed. I love you. Bed. I know, bed. Sure.
Krevin, since I'm attuned to the staff, am I able to discern what kind of or how much magical essence it would still hold before it becomes inert?
Which staff? Hold on, let me
The
find.
staff of power. The one that Gar found in the temple.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find the notes on. Oh, is it in Gar's still? Did I send that to you? Did I send that to him? Um, do, 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 do. Um, oh, you because you've attuned to it, you would realize that it in fact has all of its charges.
Yeah. I mean, like, because magical items are going, uh, fuck, what's it called? Like,
Oh yes, I see what you are trying to get at. Sorry. Um, you you can tell that um it how would be the best way to word it? Um, you can tell when using what's stored up in it, you're not going to be able to charge it back up to what it was. Without um some way to work on it to fix it. Like you can tell that it's in rechargeable battery terms, it's not a fresh rechargeable battery. You can't charge it all the way back up to 100% anymore. You can only charge it back up to like 75% once it does lose its 100%.
okay.
I hope that analogy makes.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes sense. Uh, would I be able to use my own magical energy of like spell slots or something like that, equivalency to recharge it?
Help kind of boost it back up.
Yeah.
I would say it's not a permanent solution. In that you will keep on having to like re-put spell slots back into it to bump it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that, yeah, that will do that. That will help.
Okay. Well, that's what Poppyseed's doing this morning.
Alrighty.
Considers waking Tavish up, but does not.
Once there's a commotion, Tavish will probably start waking up as well. He's just catching up since he was woken up to talk with the fish boy, Krillium.
I was gonna kick his bucket.
He's in his bucket, but he needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah, go kick his bucket.
Does he ever? Anyways,
You saw the picture. Look how pretty he
Hello,
is.
honey bunch of oat.
you do cute.
Pretty.
She's still kicking his
As
bucket.
soon as I'm done eating, I'll go pray for you.
Which
One's Coke, one's Dr. Pepper.
this one has the cola button down, so I'm gonna assume that one's Coke.
It's like, haha, it is a trick. It was tea.
The joke is upon you.
Not today.
Get teed, nerd.
God damn it.
Teed. That
Excuse me.
it doesn't sound good.
It's because
It's,
teabagging is the thing.
Yeah. Well, ooh. I have been gifted the dew of the mountain. That one's going up here. Been given the gift of the caffeine. Fuck, what were all y'all doing? You were waking up his beauty sleep?
Waking up to ash and dust. Something chemicals.
Waking up, ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I slap my nuts. I'm breathing in my testicles.
Hey, yo.
I ain't never heard those lyrics before.
Yeah, Imagine Dragons wilded, bro.
Whoa.
Is Gaddradison teabagging Tavish awake? What the fuck is going on?
You're gonna get glaive to the nutsack, you little turtle fuck.
Turtles don't have nuts. Get wrecked.
Fighting Cloaken, we're fighting.
You didn't hear I get cloaca. He's looking at me like, the fuck are you laughing so hard?
Things have been said. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, I don't know if you can consensually get teabagged awake.
No, not really.
And that's what sent me first.
Hey, honey, can you wake me up by teabagging me? Thanks.
So it's just
Oh. Also, with the way that Tavish sleeps, is he teabagging his butt? I just had to ask.
You're getting stabbed.
Everybody getting stabbed this morning.
See, I just wanted to kick your bucket. They are doing something completely different.
I'm wheezing now. Gonna need my fucking inhaler after this shit.
Sounds about right. Ah, yes, another Dremura session.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, hon, would you actually pass me my purse? I need my inhaler.
I mean, given the jokes that we were doing Tuesday after a character death, I mean,
Yeah. You don't have to bring that up though.
I'm afraid of the implications.
It was a very how can I say
Explosive.
this delicately? Explosive time.
Fun.
It was great. All right, how are y'all? Like, is Tavish getting woken up by teabagged, or
Is
like, what's
Tavish punching one of
happening?
his teammates?
No, that was just monkey brain.
But sometimes you guys actually act upon your monkey brain. That's why I was asking.
Out of character monkey brain.
I'm certain if Chou was here, that is definitely how Tavish would be waking up.
I
We're gonna
asked
have a panda with no
Kari.
nutsack.
Panda nuts in the face, yeah.
Kari is kicking the bucket though.
Skadoosh.
Kick.
Tavish
Wake up.
will slide out of the bucket with the water and stretch awake on the ground.
Morning, princess.
You know, I'm gonna put myself in the corner one of these days so that I can't get kicked over.
You're gonna put the baby in the corner?
The baby's underneath the boat.
That's true.
And you know, I don't think we can fit that baby in the corner.
I don't think he would want to be there or cooperate in the first place, but yeah. Anyways, how'd you sleep?
Like a frog in the bucket.
So descriptive. Okay, go to food. Food time.
What's for breakfast?
No, I know Poppyseed bought some pastries yesterday though.
I bought some apple and cherry turnovers.
Is that before or after he snitched on us?
I did nothing of the sort.
It looked like he was gonna go snitch, and then his brain forgot what he was doing, and he just went to this. He saw the bakery and just went, "Oh, I'm gonna get turnovers."
Excuse you? My clear destination was the bakery. How dare you insinuate I would go anywhere else?
Sure.
Just kind of squints up at him.
What?
I'm starting to think you have something wrong with your eyes. You keep squinting.
Well, I did just wake up, to be fair.
Sure. Very true.
You're done?
Anymore.
What other spells do I have?
As you are working, you hear from off ship on the decks. Ahoy there! We're ready to load your shipment. Is it alright if we come aboard?
Gotta like peek out of the captain's quarters. Go on ahead.
Sorry, he's gonna whisper. Do you think it'll be illegal if we kidnap our crewmates?
If we what?
If we kidnap more crewmates?
I mean, no one's been kidnapped so far. Everyone's like a little fuzzy fucker was rescued, and then we definitely stole Lulu, but like legally stole Lulu. So and the other ones are technically a refugee, so I mean, all above board, so to speak.
Is it kidnapping if she wanted to come along though?
Nope.
So we're good.
Legally, on that front at least, we're all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think we should keep it that way.
At least that way, yeah.
Let's not get arrested for kidnapping.
You know, it wasn't on my plans.
I mean, being Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday wasn't in my plans. But here we are.
Whatever you say, weekday.
Shut up.
That's
Why?
right. I forgot about that.
Monday morning.
So cruel.
That's what happens if you cross me. You get downgraded to Monday morning.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. There we go.
As as the ship is being loaded, one of the guys comes aboard and waves around a small collection of papers and goes, who am I supposed to give the DM brain lagging itinerary? No. Yes?
Manifest?
Manifest.
Manifest. That's the word I wanted. Um who am I supposed to be giving this to?
Yeah, I'll take them.
Then he passes over the manifest to Poppyseed.
See,
He's taking my assistant job.
Well, I mean, you said he bought these, so.
I don't know if these are the ones I bought.
What the hell else is being shipped to the boat?
That's
I
what
think we had.
That's what Poppyseed is reading.
I
Let's
think they had
find
like
out.
some. They were supposed to get some cargo in here. Or something.
So, not food?
Poppyseed's gonna read over the
Uh,
manifest and then check
no
it
idea.
against the inventory that's on the boat being loaded.
You find that what is being loaded is a shipment that's supposed to go to near Bath. Um, and it is a bunch of dried goods. Um, dried fruits, dried meats. Um, some like leathers and hides. As well. This one, it is very much so a supplies going out sort of thing.
Hmm. Very much
What are we
essential
getting?
supplies.
Ooh.
Oh, dried meats and fruits going to Nearbeth.
Where are we heading?
Not near Beth.
So these aren't our supplies, or are they?
Oh, they are.
We inherited them after we got the boat.
Ah, okay, okay. A gift for us
Exactly.
That's totally how that works.
as a treat.
Yes.
I understand.
Have the people stopped loading the boat now?
I'd say by the time you're done fully going over it, and like you've gone over it, you've checked out what they had already loaded, and then began looking through things as they were bringing it in. Yeah, it took some time, but um, you're able to go over everything and chat with each other privately. Um, without the people shuffling in and out to hear your strange comments.
So, when do we do the proverbial shoving off?
Well, unless there's anything else we needed to accomplish here in town, I'd say we can get underway.
I didn't have anything else that I had to do.
Better take off before he decides to snitch.
You keep saying that, and I will do it.
I wonder how the little one will like horse. It
It
is a
does
piece
look a
of
wee
chewy
bit
there,
crunchy.
chewy. Yeah, a little bit crunchy.
Do you prefer your haunts crunchy or creamy?
Oh my god.
That has different connotations to it.
Yeah, it does.
I know which way
Not.
Marilyn prefers it.
Well, I guess if there's nothing else to do, let's set sail.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Um, who wants to give me that good roll?
Uh, that was
I assume the captain.
that was proficiency plus dex.
I. Yeah.
That's a 22.
Nice. sailing be smooth. You're still going around the continent to the other spot we had, or has your guys' plans changed? I need to know where you're sailing, just to make sure I
Um,
understand where I'm dropping you fuckers off at.
I think we're going towards that like little cove on the south side.
Yeah.
I forgot you
Sailing
wanted to go
around
to
the
that
coast
little
that way.
cove area.
Yeah, to sell the supplies.
Yeah. Forgot about that. You, but as you're heading out, you notice the boats get up and go. It's a little sluggish at first until you guys get a little farther out, where there's a slight wibble wobble as someone assumes you guys are far enough out to detach from the bottom of your ship. And you feel a bit of a push. From your little friend, little big friend.
I wonder if he's eating. Probably feed him.
Giant baby.
Out comes the fishing pole.
Yeah, y'all can do some fishing. Make your fucking, what was it? Survival rolls I was having you make for fishing?
I think so, yeah. So, ooh, net 20 for a 28.
You get a nice hunk of fish.
Look at it, it's almost big as Tavish. I think it is as big as Tavish.
First you're like, did I catch Tavish? You're like, no, this is a fish, not Tavish.
Tavish, lay down next to the fish. Let's see who's bigger. Oh, he's upstairs. He's a beer bag. Damn it.
He's getting a coffee.
You're getting your coffee. Boo! This is how we were gonna measure the size of the fish versus Tavish. Tavish got a 6.
Tavish just catches a little anchovy.
Damn, I was gonna steal it. Oh well.
Crunchy. Anchovy, a singular chovy. That's beautiful. Um, yeah, you guys, sailing is, fairly easy. You, I would say you manage to make it around to that cove, um, faster than anticipated because the waters were good and in your favor, and you had a happy little Speedy McGee helping push your boat, push the ship because the little guy had gotten a good night's sleep and was in a good mood. Jesus, that was a loud train. Why they gotta be so loud sometimes, yo? Hurt my ear. Jesus.
Kari's gonna get the babby's attention and throw the big old fish at him.
You know what, like Marine World, look at the animal's attention to open the mouth.
Yep.
And then they huck the fish in.
Yep.
Exactly that, but 10 times scarier.
Hmm.
Like if Jurassic Park had Marine World.
Yeah.
Just like that scene in Jurassic Park where they're like dangling the shark over the water.
Yep.
Yeah. Except for this one's a baby that has kind of adopted you guys.
Join Your Ocean's Adopt a Boat program today.
Right, he is French.
Um, much friend shaped.
See, the good thing is if one of us goes swimming and something tries to pick on us, we have backup.
Fact.
Don't talk to me or my giant son ever again.
Now in this case, there's a child going, "Don't talk to me or my dad ever again."
Carries off dad. But he carries him off like a crocodile does, just chomping. Just wait.
Just gentle chomp. And swam off. Um, as you get um, more towards where you're going into the cove, you notice your speed begins to dwindle. And there's some little splish splashes out further. As a little fin gives you a wave. Because the little guy, in fact, did remember that going in too far is dangerous.
Gotcha. So that's not a trying to get our attention wave. That's just a, hey, I'll be out here wave.
Yep.
All right. We have a system. Fuck yeah.
He remembers that a couple funks is to get your attention.
So where are we exactly?
We're on the south
You are
part of the continent going to that cove that's kind of like in the middle on the right.
Yeah.
I did not pin the little map that I gave you guys. It's fucking in here somewhere.
Kari do be looking around.
So this little bottom cove.
Yeah. You've sailed between the two sticky outy land masses that they both would have lighthouses on them. And okay, there we go. I could talk again. There was only one hiccup. I thought more were gonna happen. As you begin to sail in and kind of you dock, there are a couple people that come over, that kind of call out to see if you guys want to throw them the ropes to help tie on, or if one of your own guys is gonna hop out once you get close enough, sort of thing. You're just being polite, sort of vibe.
Waits for captain's judgment.
We'll toss him a rope.
And once you are all secured, you are free to move about the area. You can see a little further down there is one person kind of talking to your mom saw a spider. Either that or she was doing her workout. I just heard Ruth scream. That spider, or she didn't see, and she's always so blood curdling. I need to record her scream to have it in the computer for like when we do scary moment stuff and whatnot. Because it's like the perfect scream. but it's always derailing. There is the dockmaster. You can tell he was talking to someone else, kind of checking them in. Before he comes over to you guys on your ship and kind of calls out, quick stay or looking for a longer spot?
Oh, I think mostly a quick stay. We're mainly just looking to offload some cargo here. If there's anyone willing to buy.
If you're looking to sell, that you'll have to pop into the few shops we got around, see what they're needing or hankering for. Um, we might have some traders in the tavern from further inland that come here to see what we've got occasionally. So you might want to see if there's anyone there at the moment. Because other than that, me and out here, I kind of just handle where exactly your boat is and how long it's gonna be in the spot that it is.
Well, it should be shorter, but I'll make sure to let you know if we plan on extending our stay at all.
He gives a nod. It goes, and who might I be talking to?
Real quick, Gad is gonna scan to make sure there's no like wanted posters around.
Make me a snappy check.
Oh. What is my modifier? +7. 25.
Nice. You you see not a wanted poster for yourself, but a wanted poster for Beffrey Jesus.
Damn, that's crazy. That could be anybody. Shit.
Yeah. Extend his big ol' hand. Captain Gaddradison.
Yeah. Takes the hand, gives it a shake. And he goes, well, Captain, welcome, welcome, and enjoy your stay. If it is going to be longer, we will ask to move a little bit. These couple docks right here, the one that you're at, are more for quicker ins and outs. But since you're mentioning it's going to be a quick stay anyways, I'm not worried about where you're at right now.
Alright.
Um,
Well, I guess it's
Yeah.
off to the tavern.
indeed, indeed, it is.
before we disembark, we'll go over to Tavish and Kari. Just so you know, don't go around announcing yourself to be Befra Jesus, because there is a wanted poster here.
Ah, shite. Our reputation precedes us.
I'm weekday. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are whichever day of the week I deem you to be.
Yeah, whatever.
Whichever is the most useful at the time.
I'm weekday. That's it. You can't tell me otherwise.
You
I
know
won't
what?
answer to. I won't answer to anything else.
And here I was about to give you a promotion to weekend, but here you are.
Eh. Your promotions mean nothing.
Gasp. Oh no, my tiny froggy heart.
You have a heart.
Somewhere.
Probably in your butt.
What's up with you and my butt?
Uh,
You have a thing for my ass.
no. It's weird. It just looks weird.
It's the perfect shade of green, I'll have you know.
The weirdest fucking shape. Like, do your legs tuck in to make it, or how's that work?
Listen, just because you have tiny little chicken legs doesn't mean you can make fun of my thunder thighs.
Under thighs. Sure, let's go with that.
That's what it is. I can hop further than you.
Just you're a frog.
Because of my thick thighs.
Yeah, species has nothing to do with this.
Gad, you realize on the wanted poster, this one, you as you get closer, it is in fact just Befri Jesus. Because in the description it says may have hostage that forces to work with him in order to pull off his heist.
If he goes to see it closer, Kari's gonna go see it too, just to kind of see what's up, and she's just gonna start, just like go from the poster to him, the poster to him. See, I'm not even wanted. I'm a victim.
Nope, you're the criminal mastermind.
No,
They just don't know it. If I go down, you're coming with me.
I will slip through your slimy fingers.
That's what you think. I'll throw you all under the bus.
No, it will only be you, Beffrey.
You can try.
Just like in his face, just whispers, Beffrey. We'll just say it's all your plan.
Oh yeah, because I'm a fucking criminal mastermind.
Yep, 100%.
They would have one conversation with me for 5 minutes and find out that I did not orchestrate anything.
Maybe that's what you want them to think. Dun, dun.
If I play stupid, I played exceedingly well.
Yeah, I don't think you've gotten the cue to stop yet.
I'll have you know, I'm a method actor.
Bum, bum, bum.
You're a method actor. Let's go with that.
Yeah,
Keep going. It's fine.
it's fine. Um. So you guys are going to the tavern first. Um. Is Gad, are you taking the lead, or you letting them hooligan around? Are you guys gonna try and divide and conquer? What's your plan here?
Um, Alright, so I'm gonna go to the tavern. Try to see if we can find some people to buy our cargo. If you'd like to come with, you're more than welcome, but otherwise just don't get in trouble. Mainly looking at Kari and Tavish.
You would notice on the boat, like, okay, yeah, I assume at this point, he's just made a comfy nook. Um, that's got like a blanket and a few pillows, and that's his like reading corner. Poppyseed has hunkered down into his little reading spot and has his book open.
Oh, look at the Prince of Dremura over there. Oh, sitting all nice and comfy. I can go to the tavern now. See what's up. I'll behave, don't worry.
Tavish is going to stay on the ship, and he's going to attune to his glaive.
Ooh, nice. By
Hey,
attune to your
Tavish.
glaive, do you mean annoy the shit out of the horse, or you're actually attuning to your glaive too?
No, I'm actually attuning to glaive. I'll let the horse read.
I was about to say, Tavish, don't let the haunts do anything too crazy.
Looks over at him quietly reading in a corner. Looks back to Kari. I'll make sure he doesn't burn down the ship.
Yeah, that's.
See that teeth, child?
Little fucking arsonist.
Don't cough in my face, okay?
I don't even have any fire spells.
Chou's not here to point fingers at.
Right. We don't have our pyromaniac. Leave us alone.
Or Pyro Panda.
Pyropanda.
The Pyro Panda is schnoozing.
Reverse Smokey the Bear.
Oh my
iPhone.
god.
Just yogurt.
Anti.
Only you can start forest fires.
Anti-magic.
Only you can produce forest fires.
Oh.
I mean that would be Chou, right? Okay, so the tavern. The two of you that are doing the taverning, entering. Well, maybe Persneppy or investigating checks to see if someone catches your eye that you might want to talk to, or you can go in and just be like, yo, up to the tavern keep. That is up to you guys how you wish to proceed.
Just step into the door. Hey, anybody want to buy some shit? No, I'm not
That's
gonna.
also another way of doing it.
Ah, we will be discreet.
That's a 16.
Hang on, I'm gonna do investigation to see who we can talk with. That's a 19.
19, nice. Um, there are a couple different people that catch your eye as um reasonable possibilities. As you guys are kind of looking around, you kind of get a feel for the people that are there and this is their town sort of vibes, and the people that are, traveled here sort of. Um, one of which that sticks out um like a sore thumb a bit more than the others is someone in um more like uh, monk priestly sort of vibes, um traveling monk sort of feel. um you wouldn't remember having seen any like temples or anything around. Um, so seeing someone dressed like that, they're definitely not from this city directly. Um, Another person that um, catches your eye because they look like someone that probably has deeper pockets than the rest. Definitely still, not from directly around here. Um, but don't, really looking for something. Hello, child. Did you brush your teeth? Do the do the grr thing. Show your front teeth. Oh, sleep well, child. The tiny gremlin is off to bed. Um, Who would you all like to go up to?
If Kari sees him before Gad does, she's gonna point out the one with deeper pockets. Think you would be interested?
Well, let's go and find out.
All right.
Before we go over there, I'm going to go to the bar and buy a bottle of rum.
Okay. You say it's the same price of that. They ask you for 2 silver for a pitcher.
Oh wow, I actually have silver. I'll hand it over.
They give you the pitcher and they pass you a few cups too because they assume you're sharing with someone. No, Gad's just gonna drink it all himself out the pitcher.
Intimidation tactic.
Yeah.
I'll grab 3 of the cups and head over to Mr. Deep Pockets and plop down at his table.
You plop down. He looks up and closes his notebook. There goes, can I help you both?
Well, you might be able to, and I might be able to help you as well. So he kind of pours out the cups and passes one over to him.
Yeah. He gives a nod and takes the glass. And goes, I'm listening.
You see, I've got a ship full of cargo right now. The last port didn't exactly want to take any of it. And I've been looking to get rid of it at a bit of a discounted price. It's a load of dried meats, fruits, just kind of general supplies. And I thought you may be interested.
Well, I'd want to see their quality. Usually, I travel down the river to get those sort of things, but I needed to come out here.
Well, I guess we can save you a trip.
definitely a possibility. It depends on how much you have and the time you're willing to take. Because for where I'm located, I am looking to stock up. The rest of the families need to stock up in that area as well. However, I was coming out here for different supplies. But if I can just get food as well, maybe I can rent a couple wagons to get back, or find somewhere to offload it that I can pick it up from later. I'll need to check over what you have anyways first before making any decisions. But I'll say I am interested.
Well, you're more than welcome to come on over to the ship and check things out.
Because then you said it was all dried goods.
Yeah, it's all preserved and ready to go.
That would save from having to make sure we had things preserved for winter, that's for sure. It takes a swig of the drink and if anything, this'll help instead of hinder at any rate. Because you care to sit for a meal? I had just ordered food before you all arrived and would like to enjoy that before heading out.
Oh, of course, I wouldn't mind a meal. I mean, we did just pull into port.
What you get?
Because they make these wonderful hand pies. Most people order them to go and carry them around and about, but uh, I just like to get a couple and stay and sit while I well go over this. And he taps his notebook.
Okay, I need to clarify. This is called hand pies because they fit in your hand, right?
Yes,
Okay. Because
they're
I hear meat pies, and that just makes my mind go to the worst thing. Like, what? Whose hands did they use?
he chuckles and goes, I wouldn't be surprised if there were areas somewhere that did actually make hand pies out of hands. Not that I've come across any personally, but I could picture orcs doing that for various reasons.
Kind of scrunches her nose. That sounds really unnecessarily crunchy. Pie. It's supposed to be nice and soft and squishy, and just I'm thinking of bones in there crunch and this.
I sometimes crunchy isn't necessarily bad, or to each their own. I'm not necessarily one to turn my nose up to something without at least having it once, unless it is not safe.
Yeah, I get that. Oh, sorry. Also, we're already making deals and all that fun stuff. We don't even know your name.
Ah,
Do we know
shit,
your
I
name?
gotta come up with a name.
Ha
Um, I didn't think to come up with a name. No, just um. He holds out his hand and um goes Charles Zachary Howard.
Captain Gaddradison.
Hi, Kari. Put your little hand in his.
Nice to meet you both. And a captain at that. I mean, I assumed you had to be, part of the crew at least. I didn't realize was speaking directly to the captain.
I find it makes business a little more personal.
I can respect that.
He likes to know. He likes to know who's running his ship, who's going in and out, and all that fun stuff.
Definitely important. Or at least I would think that would be. I'm not one for sea, I'm
Oh,
quite one for land.
it definitely is from time to time. There's pirates out there, don't you know?
I've heard, seen the wanted posters that cycle through. It's such a shame the newer one that I saw pop up. I really hope they find the gentleman so that poor girl that he has, can be freed. don't remember what poor thing named after a day of the week at that. Don't know if that's her real name and all though, but
Oh yeah, I think I saw their wanted poster at another place. And at first she was like a person of interest, but I saw now that it's changed that she's like a hostage too. Like I wonder if like if anyone like if they say something though that they're gonna end up in trouble. So it's like a kind of a catch-22. Like they speak up, they get in trouble. They don't speak up, they get in trouble. That kind of thing.
yeah, I couldn't tell you honestly. I mean, I would hope that the system is put well enough together that if the poor woman did step up, they would try and protect her and help her and put her maybe back in touch with family, or if that wasn't possible, at least get her set up in a life where she's not being dragged around by a thief. Um, but also, I'm kind of intrigued by like what must the thief control wise have over her head to make her go around with him.
I don't know. With some of the magics around, who knows?
Exactly. There's something I've heard of people being able to get other people to do all sorts of things. But that's always been in like older books, not like newer acts. And it I've been wondering if that means, magic is coming back. Because it was prevalent. We had a lot of it at one point. At least that's what I was taught growing up, is that we had a lot of it at one point, and then there was a complete dropout, and then people are starting to have it again. Or maybe it didn't completely drop out and that was a exaggeration, and it's just becoming more prominent than it was. Is it anyways, I'm prattling on. Um it's at that point a person comes over to the table, um, bringing over some food, um, for the group. Um, and so I don't know, what's life like out on sea?
And for me, it's kind of new because he formed a crew and all that fun stuff. Said, hey, you know what? We're forming a crew together. You want to get on the ship? And I said, hell, why not? And I've never been in. And I was born and raised in the forest, And so this is like entirely new for me, but it's really fun and it's really cool. And I think I'm getting my sea legs. Kind of wiggles her toes.
You
Then
know,
looks
I've
again. Looks again. Am I getting them? I don't know.
I'm starting to.
I've heard that term before, and I've always wondered, like, is there like an actual physical change to your legs, or is that just like a figure of speech?
Oh, a bit of both.
Yeah, because the boat moves a lot, and you just kind of get to adjust your balance to its movements. That's what it means to me anyway. Like you're able
You
to
ever,
adjust to the movement.
you ever been down by the docks and you see someone pull into port and the sailors start getting off and they're walking around like they're drunk?
Is that not because they're drunk?
Well, I mean, partially. At least in some cases, but they're so used to the rocking of the sea that nice solid land kind of messes with the balance a bit.
It feels
Oh,
weird.
interesting.
I've once seen a sailor here got off the ship, and as soon as he hit the nice solid dock, he just dropped to his knees because he'd damn near forgotten how to walk.
That is fascinating.
Then it's really tricky when the waters tend to act up. You're basically almost like on your side trying to keep your balance. But it's so much fun. It's so cool. As long as you don't get sick, you're good. And you don't
Are
fall off
the
the boat.
are the tales of the sea monsters true?
Depends on the tale.
Come on.
I've encountered a few.
Bullshit.
Some friend, some foe. Some I haven't really wanted to find out.
Yeah, gives a nod. I can understand that. Finding out could be dangerous. As well, I think I'm about done here. If you all have had your fill too, might as well go see what you've got on your ship.
Aye. Gad will drain his cup and then just keep hold of the pitcher and start wandering his way out.
There is the pitter patter of feet as a, a smaller waitress
with big old ears comes half running, half hopping over. Sir. I can get you something that I can put that in to go, but that picture itself is one of the stays in the tavern, please.
Oh, alrighty. I would like to take it to go though. And I'll kind of like
Yeah.
hand the pitcher over.
They have to go cups here.
Yeah. It's like should have taken it back and pulling out a few like bottles, basically a couple smaller bottles, and filling them up with what's in the pitcher and corking them and bringing them back over. And going, it's not one container, but it's all there.
Well, thank you. I'll take the bottles and hand one to Kari.
Woo! Thank you.
Start wandering back towards the ship.
You make it back. Tavish and Poppyseed.
Oh, y'all.
Do we have an alive Tavish? We have a muted Tavish. Oh, I heard the. Tavish, how rambunctiously are you attuning to your new weapon?
Uh, probably rather quietly. He's not being overly annoying about it, really. Just like a spot under the deck, where you can kind of swing things around with without slamming into stuff with the glaive.
All right. So yeah, then you two kind of coexist, but you're not actually bothering each other. Poppyseed able to finish his book.
Woo! What a
Uh,
read.
and Tavish able to get his attunement in. As the other two make their way back with a third individual that y'all don't recognize. Um, and as Gad and Kari kind of lead him to the ship and walk him aboard, he kind of looks around and goes, "This is a nice looking ship." And I assume since they're over here, this is more crew. Where would the product be, though, that I'm to be looking up?
Oh, it'll be down here, and he starts leading him down towards the cargo hold.
He follows after, like, he gives Tavish a polite nod and wave, as well as one to Poppyseed. Before fully following. Um, and he looks over what you've got, and he goes, how much were you looking to get for all of this?
Hey, Croven, how much would this be worth?
I've got to do math now. Gave myself math to do for my fucking self.
First names and now math. How dare.
How dare. Okay, so this is like modest food. Where'd my phone go? Did I yode it out of existence again? What the fuck? Okay. Oh, yep, I did. There it is. Underneath me. Good thing I didn't roll over that. That would have been bye-bye phone. That is not my calculator. Okay, if modest is 3 silver a day per person, you probably have, because it's like a proper shipment of stuff for like um divided by, is that turns it to 10, because then that makes it go to gold. In just the food alone, you have, I'm gonna round up and say 200 gold's worth of dried goods.
Okay. Oh, well, for the food supplies, since I wasn't able to sell them earlier, be willing to drop the price down to, say probably around 180 gold if you wanted to take all of it.
There's like a pause. And he looks at it again and looks at you and goes, I will make it work for that much. Are you able to stick around for a little bit while I figure out the offloading and where I can have it offloaded to.
I'll just have to let the Dogmaster know I'll be here a little bit longer, and we can get that situation sorted.
Well, that's who I was going to go to, actually, to figure out where there was space. To let him know which ship I'm doing business with. I will go find him, figure out what I need to pay for a little bit of area for it to be stored for the time being until I can actually move it properly. That way you can get out of here as soon as you need to. That way we're not keeping you longer than you prefer. Yeah, holds his hand out for a handshake.
He'll shake his hand.
And he goes, I will sort that out. I will grab the rest of my funds. I don't have them all on me. So I need to go grab that in order to actually give you the gold for the items. And then I will be back. Thank you for coming to me to have the conversation with.
Of course.
And he gives another like polite nod and begins to hustle off. And you guys are left on deck. There is some wait time. Clearly some negotiations must be being made of some kind. As well as a little bit of running around to get his things. But eventually you do see him coming back around, and a couple on the burlier side gentlemen following him, and he calls out, I have the funds and a couple of not a lot, but a couple of gentlemen to help unload the food products. Is it all right to come aboard with them? Do I need to wait for anything?
No, come on aboard.
He goes, oh, good. And he hustles up and pulls out a little coin bag and holds it out to you. And he goes, please, uh, count it. Make sure I counted everything correctly. I wouldn't want to accidentally have shorted such an easy gentleman to work with. I counted it a couple times, but doesn't hurt to have a third eye on it. But I do have a spot for it all to be moved out to, and these gentlemen to help with that. And the gentleman, the two of them, kind of give a nod. And he
I
has
could maybe have someone else help as well. As I go open the hatch in the deck where the
Yeah.
crane stuff down in. And I'm like, oh, Poppyseed,
Yes.
could you use your floating disc to help this gentleman load up some of his cargo?
Oh, sure. It might take me a moment to get it set up, but of course.
Well, thank you.
Poppyseed will start ritually casting magic disc.
The gentleman is fascinated by what you are doing. Has not said a word because he does not want to interrupt. But Charles is staring the entire time.
But, as that's happening, I'm like counting up all the money.
You, in fact, have the correct amount.
How many of us are there? Just like main party members?
Gad, Chou, Kari, Poppy, Tavish. 6?
Okay.
Is that right? 1,
2 turtles, a
2,
Hans, a panda,
3,
a frog,
4,
and a lizard.
6. Yeah.
Okay. Eh.
You dividing things up.
Yes.
That make it like what, 30 each?
Yeah.
$30 for everybody.
Woo!
There we go. It um it's a lot quicker with Poppyseed's help with his floaty disky thingy. Um they're able to just quickly get all of the foodstuffs of that shipment onto the disc and direct Poppyseed where to have it end up plunk everything down in a little nearby warehouse. And so it is probably, after all is said and done, let's see, because you sailed around to the cove, but faster, so it was probably lunch-ish. Probably like 4-ish, somewhere around there in the afternoon.
Once we're all back on the ship, and Gad will ask everyone if there's anything else they'd like to do while we're stopped here.
I don't have anything in mind.
Let's go pirate time.
Back to the water it is.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get your sailing check again.
You. Math. 22.
22. Nicely done. You guys make it out to sea. And it's like you make it out into like deeper waters. Again, there's a thunk against the side of the boat. But in this case, instead of doing the thunk and then actually pushing, it's just the thunk.
It's just like hanging on to the bottom.
I used to just swimming next to the side.
Ah.
Why does this feel like the equivalent of a kid with a toy car going, yum?
Yes. 100%. Occasionally just like a lap around the boat and then stop on the other side. Or just one of them like fin flaps trying to like splash water aboard and get one of you. And then there is what can only be described as those like high pitched like squealy like clicky noises that dolphins do sometimes.
Hmm.
It's kind of like that. You can tell it's this little guy laughing. Like that. It's him having a good old chuckle as he's trying to occasionally splash you guys on board the ship.
Would any
Tavish, tell your son that I don't want to be a wet chicken.
would anybody like the ability to breathe underwater while we set out?
Sure.
I mean, it can't hurt. Sure.
Sure.
Poppyseed will ritually cast water breathing.
Nice.
You can breathe. You can breathe.
That one's a 8 hour, 12 hour.
24-hour.
I got it wrong both times. But yes, so you can now breathe underwater.
So Tavish can go fishing with his spears underwater the boat. Make a fish kebab on the spear.
A fish kebab. You go hunting with his son.
My son is an ambush predator.
The biggest fucking ambush predator.
See,
I've
here's what
created
you
a menace.
here's what you do. Find yourself a spear.
All right, Krillium, take this spear.
You have enough of them.
For now.
For now.
Oh, you didn't go buy more spears in this city.
Oh man.
Missed
Missed an
opportunity.
opportunity.
Spear population
Hey,
will revive.
Kari, roll a deck save.
Where are you? God. I'm gonna die. Deck save. 17.
You almost become a wet chicken.
Floofs her feathers and looks at Tavish. You better tell your son to quit. Tries to threaten and immediately after goes and gets the fishing pole so she can feed him.
Tavish do a dive into the water.
I mean, he's not hurting anyone. I'm just letting him splash.
Fuck
Kari. Get wet, chicken.
Beautiful.
I did, however, roll a natural one to try and fish. For a total of 3.
Oh. It's like, Kari, you start your fishing and then Tavish goes to fish and immediately hooks your line.
Really, dude? Really?
Look, I've had a couple of bad fishing days, is all I can say.
You don't have to bring me into it.
Evidently, I do.
Bad enough that you bully me as a weekday, but no.
I'm going to use you as bait if you keep it up.
Try it, Shorty.
Squints.
squints back at him.
Starts to reel in her lines. While squinting.
Hey, Kari, what's your passive?
My passive. Let me see. It's oh shit! It's a 23.
Make me another deck save. Since
I'm
you
getting.
see it coming.
I'm being picked on. That's a 12.
You're not a completely wet chicken, but you're a partial wet chicken.
Just shakes dry.
Floofs up.
Yep, pretty much.
It is beautiful.
I am different. I am almost done with getting my line out so I can go fish for your son.
Yes, you have your fishing pole back. Fuck off. Go fishing.
How about you?
Eh,
And you stop.
I'm going to the other side of it. But that way, if I catch your line again, then that, maybe it's Otrix playing a trick on us.
Maybe it's just him trying to smack you upside the head to stop.
We've caught too many fish.
Yep. Would that be Atrix?
Fishing's like hunting, but for fish.
True. And she gonna fish. That is survival. Hey, 14.
not bad, not bad. You get a nice sized fish. It is not grandiose, but it is reasonable. He's nice. He's nice. You do as you reel it in though, you do see Krillian slowly get closer to the ship.
The moment she has it free from the hook, she's like, Krillian.
There's immediately a snoot out of water and the big old maw open.
Here you are. He just tosses it in.
Heckin' chomping. Bones and all. Crouch.
Oof. Remember not to get you mad. She's gonna wait until it's clear and she's gonna fish again.
Gad is working on his project. Could I get a what do we call it? Sleight of hand? Toolcraft, sleight of hand plus proficiency because I think you've got some set of tools that'll help with it.
Yeah, I got my Tinker's tools. Um, 17.
Nice.
I'm not working on any of the special ammo yet, though. That
Yeah,
is an
you're
off task.
You are still working on the safer to work on stuff, and not the danger ops stuff.
I don't want to blow up the ship.
That is very much appreciated.
Could I get a D100 from somebody?
We're doing it.
I'll do it
Okay.
because I roll Garbo. That's an 11.
11. Okay.
Or 101. I don't know. Whichever way you want to take it, Croven.
Dare I say, since it is a D100, it might not be a 101.
You say that, but people say that triple zeros equals 0.
Just because I pointed out that some people are idiots because I thought it was funny. It is. No, that one doesn't make sense for freaking. What's all y'all's passive perceptions?
The same as my D100 roll.
101?
Yep.
Damn, that's really good.
A
Holy shit.
17.
15.
That was a 23.
Wait, you're passive?
Yeah.
Bloodhunter.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right, Kari,
Mm-hmm.
you notice this because you're on deck. Um, you find it really, really weird that the water of the ocean is for some reason climbing up the edge of the ship and like slinking its way on to the deck.
Hey, Captain. Water doesn't climb, right?
It shouldn't.
Well, it is.
Oh. Kettle, come out and see what's going on.
You um you see um
I mean, it really does look like just water pulling itself from the ocean up the side of the ship and onto the deck. But looking at you, notice that there are a couple spots that look like slightly glowy orbs. Kind of like this water is having a peruse at who's aboard this vessel.
Would I recognize what this is?
I would say you would be familiar with water elementals, water weirds sort of things.
I'll call out to it in Primordial and ask it what it's doing on my ship.
You
Oh,
ask it.
I also speak primordial.
Same fucking
What's
here,
that?
buddy.
Yeah.
Hold up, Kari.
I'm just gonna sit down.
Get fucked.
You're not
Aw.
in the cool kids club.
I'm gonna go to Poppyseed's book corner. Just stay there.
Probably porn corner.
No, she's not touching those books. She knows better.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that anymore. I finished that book.
It hearing upon hearing the words um it begins to kind of pull up on itself a little bit um to form more of a bit of a face shape. You can tell it's kind of it hasn't pulled itself all the way up yet. It heard your words. It's trying to form its water into a more like kind of like you guys shape. Kind of like it's trying to copy. Um and in Primordial it responds back with you speak.
Well, of course. I like to make my
Others do
life
not
on.
speak.
Well, Many others don't make the water their lives.
You've made the water your life?
He just kind of like gestures around to the ship. I may come from the land, but it's not where I prefer to be.
You know your vessel's been marked, yes?
Marked by what?
Marked with the sign.
Which sign?
It looks around, trying to figure out how to like form the shape or show you the shape, and then it goes. Has one seen the marks that the octopus can leave?
Smaller ones.
Circles and a distinct pattern.
We met a ship where the people on it bore that same mark.
Yes, but where yours has it means something different.
What does it mean?
One does not know if one should share that information.
Could you please share it?
Eh. Looks to Poppyseed. Because you are an interesting one. I've not seen before. I am of a neutral being of the sea, though was curious as to why vessel was marked. Been a while since I've seen that mark. I wish to anger those, however, that the mark is associated with.
Is it a physical mark, or can it be dispelled?
You would have to check that yourself. I do not know. I just know it was there, and know that if it stays there, possible for attack to target one ship.
Tavish, would you mind going to take a look?
I got a little distracted. What am I looking for?
The markings of octopus on our boat.
The bottom of the ship.
Just hoists the new glaive up and starts to crawl down the side. Let me look for the markings.
You're able to plop your way to the bottom of the ship, hanging on, breathing fine because water breathing and all that jazz. And you get down there, see the marking that is being talked about, and it covers in a very wavy line. Basically from the front to the back of the ship. Like you, from down in the depths, that you would still be able to see the bottom of the ship from. Like as long as you could see the ship, you could see these markings, sort of vibes. Make an investigation check for me, though.
Hell yeah. +0. Let's go. 16.
Alright, you can tell that it would take some work, but you could basically buff off the markings. It almost seems like they were somehow like burnt or scarred into the wood despite having been in the water. But that it's possible to remove it. It's just gonna take a bit of elbow grease.
Upon seeing this, Tavish is gonna walk back up to the top deck of the ship. Just kind of like quietly grab Kari by the scruff of her neck and start to walk down the side of the ship again.
Yeah.
Nope, you're coming with me. Welcome aboard the cleanup crew. You've been recruited.
I've been kidnapped.
Wouldn't be
Kari
the
napped.
first time.
You're gonna become a wet chicken.
Truly a hostage now.
I've been drafted. Help.
I recommend using your claws to hang onto the ship.
Has the sudden urge to cast grease on the side of the ship.
The chaos
No.
crew gets stranded at sea. It's okay. Curly want help.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
you
okay, okay. Where are you taking me?
definitely have the curiosity. You could, even if you couldn't understand it, you could assume what was being said. Because it's basically a, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Hi, hi. What's going on? What you doing? What are you both down here? What you doing?
Kari just gives him a wave.
Immediate fin wave back.
If he gets close, she's giving scritches.
Kari doesn't actually do work, just plays with Krillian.
Pretty much.
That's half the reason Tavish brought her down here. He's like, I can't do this because I'm gonna be
Tavish.
distracted the whole
Alright.
time. You come here.
Here, you distract the distraction.
Here, you're bait.
Swims about with him, like, wee.
Poppyseed just sees Kari get dragged around by Krillian.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing I cast water breathing earlier.
We use it to our advantage.
Um, well, those two are in the water. The watery individual looks to Poppyseed and Gaddradison and goes, "What have that the masters of the ocean want?"
That's a good question, Captain.
I really wouldn't know. We just sold all our cargo. And everything else we had when we met the blue people.
Mm.
And they said we were fine when we met them.
Is it possible to tell how old the
There's
markings are? Because they could have been put on before we
it,
acquired the ship.
it looks between the two of you and goes, I would not know how to tell that sort of thing. I just
know a few things. One of which is that since you are creatures that can speak, I will just depart.
And you sure you don't want to join the crew? You seem like you could be rather helpful.
Part of the sea stays with the sea.
Understandable.
Merely was just curious. And admittedly hungry. We'll just find somewhere else to munch.
Is there anything else you could tell us about these, masters of the ocean?
Twins. They work in tandem, these twins.
Hmm. What are they?
Powerful. They look like they belong in the sea. But power beyond anything that I have ever seen since.
Do you know what would make them want to, go after a ship?
Had something on it that they wanted, perhaps. Maybe followers thought the people on the ship would make nice snacks, or could possibly be thought that um, well, maybe who put it there thought it would be a funny jest or interesting way to get rid of people they didn't want to get rid of themselves.
Hmm.
We can ask Tavish to ask Krillium if they saw anybody put something on the ship.
True. Would there be any way to get in contact with these masters?
There's it kind of swishes and sways back and forth, like it's contemplating, and then goes, "You could try to reach out to them, talk to them, maybe see if they hear you or listen."
Hmm.
I just read "and a panda in a pear tree." Does Captain Gaddradison wish to attempt to make contact?
Not currently. Wait till we get that mark
Like,
scrubbed
no,
off the
too
ship.
dangerous. Tavish wanna make me a what do we wanna call it? Um sleight of hand for scrub check. Oh, it's taking a while. Tavish is having a fucking time. It's gonna be a hot fucking second.
He's gonna,
Tavish
or
just angry, grumbling the entire time. Kari having a fucking blast,
as she's zooming by,
sidetracking Krillian.
she's like, "Hey, do you need assistance with that?" Okay, too fast. Yeah. Okay, Tavish, you want a tag team? You need to spend some quality time with your son.
Just abandon the cleaning altogether.
I got it covered. Oh God. You know when the dogs have,
Krillian's having some real bonding time.
you know when the
The
dogs
dogs
have
have
like that that long plush with the squeaky toy that they're just dragging everywhere like crazy.
Yeah,
That's how I feel that Krillium is with Kari right now.
totally.
If I didn't have the fear of sinking, I could go help.
You would sink
So far.
so fast,
Yep.
so far. You would literally sink like a rock because you are one.
We could tie you to the mast.
I might break the
Lower,
mast.
lower you down on some ropes.
Get some like special ropes and chains to be able to make Poppyseed the anchor. Um, um oh my goodness gracious. Um, with what time it is, let's say that will be a good spot to pause it for now. Tavish doing his cleaning. Um, but also, it's been a while. Why not level up? Do you want to level up? You don't want to level
Yay!
up, do you?
Yeah.
We
Yes,
do.
Level up.
please.
We can level up. If we level up.
Yay!
If we do level up,
Yeah.
Croven, I have some homebrew spells I would like you to look over.
Oh god.
Oh boy. All right.
Shall we say goodnight to whoever is watching?
Yeah.
All
Say
right,
the good nights.
go the fuck to bed.
Good
Good night,
night, chat.
Steven.
Good night.